So Creative 2.0 has been canceled again. And at this point, I'm kind of wondering, is it ever going to get released? I know I'm not the only one thinking that. A lot of eyes have been on Creative 2.0 for a long time. We've been promised this for about 2 years now, and they keep delaying it. I'm not a creative expert, so what I decided to do today was do a different type of video for you guys. I decided to bring on an expert in the creative community. It's my boy, the Shadowy Fox, creator of the Fortnite backgrounds. Yo, Shadow, say what's up to everybody.
Hello.
Bro, can you put some goddamn bass in your voice, bro? Holy crap. Why do you think they keep delaying Creative 2.0?
I don't think they have their stuff together when it comes to 2.0. They keep promising us, you know, developer updates and patch notes and whatnot on how their progress is going with everything, and they haven't really given us much. The only info we've really gotten regarding 2.0 is people leaking things. And even when we do get leaks, they're not that promising.
What's the big hype behind 2.0? Like, what is it supposed to do that's superior to how normal creative is now?
So 2.0 is basically supposed to be a kind of a direct overhaul of everything we currently have in creative. It'll replace the channel system, which they kind of have already done, and it's already in creative, but they haven't fully released it. And it'll basically allow us to add customized things into creative. For example, one leak, I don't remember what the source is, but there was one leak that got pulled off of 2.0 that showed the devs adding Pokemon models into a Fortnite map. It basically allows us to be one step closer to basically having Unreal Engine to edit our Fortnite maps.
I personally feel like there are some issues that need to be resolved with creative before 2.0 ever comes out. Can you talk a little bit about like what are some of your personal gripes with creative at the moment?
The number one issue is the Discover page. The way that Epic decides to feature and push out maps is incredibly flawed. First off, as a creator, when you go to update a map, it's an algorithm that approves it. So that's how you get things like Bedroom Simulator, Quandale Dingle Zone Wars. That's how you get things like that in the Discover page. There's not real people looking at these maps. And that's also how you end up with creators getting constantly denied from the Discover page. So actual good maps will get denied frequently. I've been going through this recently. That's why you see so many either low effort or clickbait maps, because not only are they not moderating, they're allowing anything in. So it's just it's a mess right now.
The thing that confuses me, right, is that like Epic can't be oblivious to this. It's my understanding that right now Fortnite has more players than it ever has in the history of the game. The issue though is that the maps that are getting featured, they're either really cookie cutter copy and paste things that we've seen a million times, or they push the boundaries of what should be allowed for general audiences to see. It kind of borders another topic, like is Fortnite for kids or is Fortnite a kids game? We know there's like a lot of mature IPs and properties in the game, so we know that there has to be a large mature fan base for Fortnite, and I think that's probably the reason why like you're gonna see more risque things in the Discover or the recommended feed. Do you think that Epic is allowing these maps, some of these riskier maps, to stay because one, the game, it does have more mature characters, more mature themes, but also because these maps keep a fair amount of retention?
I think you might be right. I feel like they're allowing some of these riskier maps on, like for example, clickbait, right? Let's talk about clickbait. I feel like when Quandale Dingle Zone Wars or Ohio Death Run hits the Discovery page, that attracts a lot of people to creative. And their number one goal right now is to pull people into creative. So when they see maps like this, that pull so many people in creative, they let them go. They don't moderate them heavily because there's no way they don't know what's on their Discover page. It's right there. It's the front page of their game. Especially if they're focusing on creative, it is right there in front of them. They have to know.
Creative should have a browse feature. There needs to be an option to be able to like type in certain types of games or map names or just like intellectual properties. For example, we made the Terminator map. I made the sky. You pretty much made everything else. But it'd be really cool if creative worked like a search engine, like it worked like YouTube, where you could just go in, you could type in Terminator, you could type in Pokemon, you could type in Transformers, whatever you want, right? You could find a map that was based on that thing. I also feel like that would give Epic a good idea of what collabs to push forward as well, right? Like all that data they're getting from people's search history within the game, they can get an idea of like where they should be taking collabs next. What's something else you think that they should be adding for for 2.0?
Talking about the browse feature, I think that'd be very beneficial for Epic. It's like you were saying, anyone can look up anything they want. But when you go onto the Discover page, you want to play creative, right? You're looking on there like, let me find a good map. There aren't any. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So people are sitting there, they want to play creative and they can't find anything. And the only other place you can really look is to just Google Maps. You know, not all maps can be found through Google, so it's really hard to find good things. So if they were adding a browse feature, people could really go through and find what they want to play. So everyone could be playing something that they want, and it would allow people who aren't in the Discover page to get some plays. I think one other thing they definitely need to add is a rating system on maps. 1 through 5 stars. When you leave a map, after you've played it, you have to play it for a little bit, so you can't just review a map you've never played on. You have to play it for 15 minutes or half an hour, not super long, but just long enough to get a feel for it. You can rate it 1 through 5. And basically what this would allow people to do is quality control creative maps. So when you're going through the discovery page, if you see red versus blue Quandale Dingle, it would have like a 2-star rating because it's not that great a map.
So now we're combining YouTube with Yelp. That is that is it.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's it. That's a W idea. Do you think the creative community is in a healthy state based upon like the types of players that you see and also the type of like maps that are being built right at the moment?
I think the creative community is in a really odd position, considering that there's basically a mass migration right now of people switching from BR to creative, either fully because BR is boring or just kind of, you know, half and half, just trying out creative a little bit more. You know, people who are used to BR come into creative and immediately front page see Quandale Dingle next to the backrooms and just get really confused.
I'll say it's a double-edged sword. So like last week or earlier this week when I had iTalk, JoJo, and Dagwummy on, we jumped into Bedroom Simulator and we went in there and messed around. Although the map in and of itself, in my opinion, is pretty trash. It was actually, I'm not gonna lie, when you're going there with your friends and you're screwing around being stupid, like it's actually pretty entertaining. I think we talked about a lot of really interesting stuff. We need to put our money where our mouth is. So if you don't think the Shadow and I know what we're talking about when it comes to maps or Fortnite content having substance, vet us out, check us out. I'm going to leave in the description a list of our maps with the map codes down below, and on top of that, I'm also going to link Shadow's YouTube channel. Shadow, you're going to be posting a lot more long form content coming up. And anybody watching this video, please subscribe to the boy Shadow, friend of the channel, lead designer behind most of my maps. Definitely a asset to my community, and I think the creative community as a whole. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and check out this video right here. It goes over why Fortnite actually hates the Battle Royale and why we're now transitioning into creative. And finally, don't forget, next week, Thursday, February 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be streaming live on the channel. And Shadow and I are going to go over and look at a few different creative maps on stream. If you're curious about it, make sure to tune in then because it's going to be a very interactive experience for the entire community. We love you guys. We'll catch you soon. Peace out.